Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Talking Cafe. This is a pre-recorded session that's going to be going out on Tuesday, the 18th of May. So when it is actually out on May the 18th, you will be able to put comments in the comments box and ask any questions that you have, and we can get back to you on that. My name's Jane Cousins, and I'm a village agent for the Taunton Deane area. And this afternoon, we're going to be talking about community activities in Taunton as we ease out of lockdown. Our guest today is Leslie Council, who is the manager of the Priory Community Centre. So welcome, Leslie, and thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you for inviting me.
Okay, and so we're going to be talking firstly about the Priory Community Centre. And can you tell us about what activities are actually happening at the moment and what's going to be coming up in the near future?
Yeah, no worries. The community centre's unfortunately been closed since March last year, but we've continued as much as we can behind the scenes. So we've still been carrying on with support that we can offer with signposting and that sort of thing. We set up weekly Zoom socials so people could just join us, similar to this, just come along, have a chat, have a coffee. And also we started at the end of last year, we started giving talks as well. So we've had a variety of talks from various different organisations, people, and some have been amazing talks. This week we've got the Bluebirds coming to teach us how to sing or improve our singing, and that's the Bluebird Theatre Company. And then the following week, the 27th of May, we've got the RSPCA coming to talk about their progress and what's going to be happening with them over the coming years. Mm-hmm. So although we've not been open, we have been extremely busy behind the scenes.
Yeah. So how do you reach out to people in the community then? How do they know that sort of thing is still going on?
Yeah, we do a monthly newsletter which goes out mainly by email. We do post some out as well, but we've also got our website that they can have a look on there, and we've also got a Facebook page now that we set up last year, and we post everything on there. We've also still got the telephone. We've got the mobile number as well now, so people can just ring me direct. So if they want to find out anything, just give us a call and we can go from there. The numbers are also with quite a lot of agency, so we've had people referring to us as well.
Yeah, and you've got several notice boards in the area as well, I believe.
Yeah, we've got Taunton Deane have installed 6 notice boards within North Taunton, so we've got them spread out. There's one in Lingford Park, one on Selworthy Road, one on Ladymead Road, Cheddon Road, Wellsprings Road, one in the community garden outside the community centre, and we also put stuff in the window as well at the centre. So there is, if you've not got the ability to be able to use a laptop, a computer, then there are posters dotted around as well, so you can see what's going on.
Yeah, that's great. So is the centre actually open at the moment?
No, we're not open at the moment. We are allowed to open. The restrictions lift as from next week, although we won't be open next week because we've got to now do training for staff and volunteers, because obviously the working environment is different from what we left. We've still got all the restrictions in place, so the volunteers have got to be able to come back and see all those restrictions. We've got to go through policies and risk assessments and everything like that as well, so that we can make sure that not only staff and volunteers are safe, but also everybody that comes in. So, but we hope once all the training's done, then we'll be able to be open again. And we're going to open Monday to Friday, 9:30 to 12. And to start with, we're just going to do teas and coffees and just see how it goes until more restrictions are lifted.
Yeah, yeah. So what sort of things usually happen at the community centre?
Yeah, normally we're open Monday to Friday, 9:30 to 12 as a drop-in. So anybody can just come in, join us for a cup of coffee, a good old chat, sit around and meet family and friends or anybody else. That's inside, as well as we've got tables that we put outside as well. And then mornings we have surgeries from the police, citizens advice. We have job clubs, and we have various other agencies that are going to be joining us after the lockdown's lifted. Afternoons, evenings, weekends, we do different clubs, activities, ranging from circuits, exercise class, Tai Chi class, a weekly lunch club. We do computer support. So a lot of people join computer groups. They go along and they've got an overload of information. So they go back home and they think, I can't remember how to get on my emails. So they can just pop in and see us on a Wednesday afternoon. And then we've got volunteers there that can just support them. But we do men's groups with dominoes, cards. We do Scrabble groups, knit and natter. We do all sorts of groups. We do cooking groups as well. But if anyone's got an idea and they think, well, is that group anywhere and they can't find it, let us know. And that's how most of our groups start, by somebody asking. So, so we're quite a busy centre.
That's great. Yeah. And what sort of area do you cover then? Is the community centre just open for people that live in the Priorswood area? Or if somebody from another area of Taunton wanted to join in, are they able to do that?
We're constituted, because we're a charity, so we're all self-funded. So any money that we can get in, it's constituted to support residents of North Taunton. We don't restrict it. If somebody comes from another area and want to join in a group, if there's space, then that's absolutely fine as well. I mean, we're totally inclusive, but we are constituted for North Taunton. So, but we do support people from all other areas as well.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much. I think that just about covers it, really, doesn't it? If anybody wants to get in touch, they could just drop in or look at the website or telephone.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
And it's just really a case at the moment, I think, of just watching this space, isn't it? And keeping, up to date with the restrictions and how they lift. Because there's a certain amount of uncertainty, isn't there, about what's happening.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, although, we can open from Monday, there's still the uncertainty, because what we don't want is to open up and then we find that there's a spike in cases. And we don't want to put local residents at risk by just coming in for a coffee. And end up, if there is another spike, then we find that it's in with our community. So we are going to open up very slowly and very cautiously. Numbers will be restricted when people come in. We've got screens, we've got hand sanitizers, we've got all the PPE in place, which has been quite challenging for a small charity to get all of this set up. And unfortunately, we had a fire at the centre as well last June, which didn't help. So volunteers, myself, have been in there, repainted the whole of the inside of the centre. So that's been interesting. But yeah, we're virtually in place now to open up, and it's really looking forward to what else we can do. We've made lots of different sort of connections while we've been closed. We've got the NHS hopefully going to be coming in and doing a monthly session for people where they can come in and just get any support with health, diet, exercise, diabetes, cooking for one. So that's a real positive. So we hope we can offer more once we reopen again.
Yeah. And what about charges? Is it all a free service, or do people have to pay an annual membership fee?
Yeah. No, there's no annual membership, but we do charge. And that mainly came about when I first started there about 14 years ago. You tend to sort of think that people maybe in an area that is a deprived area in some places can't afford to join in. But so many people said to me that we want to contribute. We want to keep this centre going. And if we don't contribute, then the centre's not going to be able to go. So most of the activities we charge. It's a very small charge, but we charge for most things, but it's pay as you go. So all of our exercise classes, you just pay when you turn up. If you don't turn up, you don't pay. So, it's accessible to everybody. So, we want to get as many people involved in the community as we can.
Yeah, that's great. That's lovely. Thank you very much, Leslie, for that. That's really informative. And that's really interesting. Thank you. That's exactly what we want to know about.
Yeah, that's right. And if there is anything, if people want to put any comments or ask any questions, then I can always get back to you and let you know. But yeah, just pop up and see us at any time once we're reopen and join in with anything that we've got going. We're quite a friendly little centre. People see it as the hub of the community now because it is a one-stop for everything. People don't have to go down to the council offices if they want help with their housing or anything. They can come into us. So please come in and join us for a cup of coffee and a chat.
Yeah. What about, is there any support for people that have mobility issues that maybe, that can't come to the centre? Do you offer a befriending service in usual times?
Yeah, I mean, normally it's not something we've done, but throughout COVID, we've had a good neighbour scheme set up. It wasn't run through the community centre. It was just a group of local residents that set up a support group with shopping and prescriptions. But we're hoping now that they will come on board with the community centre, and it's something that we can build on and carry on and support people. It will be short term. So if somebody, say, comes out of hospital and they want shopping or they want a prescription collected, they can ring us and then we can get volunteers to pop out and do that for them. So yeah, that's something that we hope to build on over time.
Yeah, great. And also, there is a community minibus available, isn't it, that people can use from the council. So if they have mobility problems, they could be picked up from home and brought to the centre and then taken back home and dropped at their doorstep for a very small charge as well. So that's another option.
Yeah, that's right. The Slinky Bus, we use the Slinky Bus quite a lot, for our weekly luncheon club. People get picked up and brought to we use the church hall in St. Peter's because that's a bigger hall than what we've got. So, and also mainly our groups as well. The Slinky Bus, we can either book it for them or they book it themselves. And then, like you say, there's a small charge and they can come down and then they get picked up again afterwards. So it's quite a good service.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great. Okay. Thank you very much, Leslie. Thank you for your time.
That's okay.
I just wanted to move on a little bit now and talk about some other places that are open. The Manning Shed, which is at Belvedere Road in Taunton, and that's just a place where men can meet to make stuff, socialise, have a cup of tea and coffee, and they can choose to either learn things or to teach. And they are open at the moment. From this week, they'll be running 2 sessions a week, and that's on a Tuesday and a Thursday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And from the week commencing the 17th of May, the restrictions state that 6 men can attend each session. So I would suggest that you contact them first just to make sure that there's space. So there's a membership charge there, £15 per year, and each session is chargeable at £2. So also, just this week, they've decided to make a group for women as well. So there's going to be women shadows as well, and they're going to meet every Wednesday. So that's a new thing, and obviously the same. It's 6 people per session. Okay, so I think we've got some contact details there. The telephone number is 01823 282 823. Another community centre that actually I think is pretty similar to yours, Leslie, at Priory is the Link Centre at Moorland Close. And they've been doing a lot of work behind the scenes during lockdown, so shopping and picking up prescriptions for people, making welfare checks to people, and delivering food parcels. So they've got a freezer there where they have a good selection of frozen meals. They have tin food, cereal. So if anybody's struggling with, buying food, they could contact the Link Centre and ask for a food parcel to be delivered. There's also help and support for people who need it with, for example, form filling and advice. So if you wanted help filling out an attendance allowance form or registering with Home Finder, for example, you can contact the community centres for that help. They have a gardening group there called Link Power, and they will, for a very small charge, tidy people's gardens, do weeding, cut grass. And also the centre there is fully licensed to remove rubbish from people's gardens. So if you're interested in that, give the community centre a link and ask for a quote. So each Wednesday morning at the Link Centre, there's a walking group that meet outside at 11:30. So that is currently running. And other things that are planned for the future, but with no start date yet, is the opening of their back garden, so people can call in for a chat and a cup of tea, coffee, and people will need to book at first to do that. And then they have a solicitor giving legal advice on a Monday morning, Citizens Advice Bureau representative there on a Tuesday morning, and then 6 p.m. in the evening they have a bingo session every Tuesday. Wednesday 9 till 4 there's a job support session, and in the afternoon from 1:30 till 4 there's going to be a senior citizens tea afternoon. On Thursday, benefits advice is available, and once a month on a Friday there's a coffee morning at Newton Road Hall, and that's from 10:30 till 1 p.m. There's also a Link Kitchen, which is outside the Link Centre, on a Thursday and a Friday for fast food, burgers, sausages, teas and coffees, bacon rolls, etc. And from September, they're going to be starting a homework club for the children. So coming up the first week of June, from Monday the 31st of May until Friday the 4th of June, it's half-term week. So we've got some local activities as well. So there's an activity calendar that's been distributed by the Community Inclusion and Activity team. And that shows activities all over Somerset for the children. But I'm just going to mention a few local ones here today. So there's an activity pack available for arts and crafts, and that costs £2. And you can order that from the team. I think that we have an address and phone number available there. I just need to find that, sorry. There we go. That's that one. And there's activities at Kilve Court as well. So outdoor activities for our young people, such as climbing, grass sledding, archery and abseiling. And that's from 9:30 till 3:30 p.m. And for 7 to 18-year-olds. And the cost for that is £15 per person. So there's a telephone number there if you need more information about that regarding dates. And the Somerset Activity and Sports Partnership at French Weir Park also has inclusive outdoor activities for our young people. So tree climbing, bush camp, axe throwing, orienteering, kayaking, paddleboarding and inflatable rafting. So that sounds like a lot of fun.
That sounds interesting. Perhaps we could join in with that.
We'll be joining in. So that's for 8 to 12-year-olds from 11 till 1, and 2 to 4 p.m. for 13 to 18-year-olds. So £3.50 per session. So I can give you some details for that also. Okay. So if you want any more information about the activities for children throughout Somerset, you can contact us at the Community Council for Somerset on 01823 331 222. And well, you can contact the Somerset Council team on 01823 358 117 for any more information about the activities for our young people in the area. So That's just about all from me at the moment, because obviously a lot of places are still closed. But pleased to report that lots of carers groups and memory cafes are opening up across Somerset. So, you know, my advice to you would be, if you want to find out about community activities, use the internet to search, or go to the local library. You know, at the post office is also a good place. Look at the local notice boards, and look at the Somerset County Council website, websites for colleges and universities that are nearby, or just do a Google search for community activities in Taunton, and you know, then you can keep up to date with new developments as they happen. Okay, so I hope that was useful for everybody. And again, thank you, Leslie, for joining us and giving us that information.
No worries. Thank you for inviting me. And like I said, if anyone's got any questions or want to join us, then you can either drop me an email or a phone call. That'd be lovely to hear from you.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you very much. We look forward to returning to some sort of normality. So thank you, everybody, for watching, and I hope you all have a great summer. Take care. Bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.